In 2010, a video called One Boy, Two Kittens was posted online. The film showed a man suffocating two kittens to death using a plastic bag and a vacuum cleaner. Welcome to Forensic Fort. I'm Jordan Colburn.
I'm Elizabeth Harris.
And I'm Logan Saunders.
So, today we're talking about Luka Magnotta. I had to literally write how to pronounce his name because I was so worried about it.
This one.
Nasty.
Nasty.
So gross. Awful. Okay. So, so his name's not actually Luka Magnotta. It's like he changed his name. So he was.
You're moving them.
I know. I can hear it. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
So, his actual name, if you would call it that, is Eric Clinton Kirk Newman. It's like a whole mouthful.
Yeah.
He was born in Scarborough, Ontario, which, in case you didn't know, Paul, I swear all three of these cases linked up in some way.
How?
Well, because he was born in Scarborough, right? And Paul was, and then he was kept in the same prison as Robert.
Oh, yeah.
So they all connect in a way, and it's kind of creepy. So his home life was described, his father, this is a direct quote from him, was that Magnotta did not attend school until grade 6 or 7, and the family moved after losing their house, and he did not have any friends. He was isolated, no schooling, no friends of any kind, so it was a very intense and isolated family life.
So, can I say something? So he didn't have much social skills either. He didn't know how to go out and talk to anyone.
Not really. He was a pretty isolated kid.
Yeah.
I think this is about Luka's brother, but it was in the news article I was reading, there is an allegation that his father's current wife had an affair with his son, which I'm assuming they're talking about his brother, Luka's brother, because I feel it would have said with Magnotta if it was about him, which is kind of
But
now.
wasn't Magnotta gay?
Yeah.
So why would they have an affair?
Well, it's just an allegation,
yeah.
so it's a rumor. So I'm not really. And so his home life was pretty not good. Both his parents were had mental health issues. They got divorced. His father was schizophrenic, and his mother was a paranoid germaphobe.
Oh, how nice.
She would often make Eric, because right now we're talking about him before he changed his name.
Yeah.
She would often make Eric wash his hands until the skin was raw, and one time put his pet rabbits outside in the winter, allowing them to freeze to death. The mother did that. I'm assuming a germ thing.
It's a bit harsh.
So
Animal
neglect was not uncommon for that family.
No, I'm assuming not because of that.
Yeah.
This chair is so uncomfortable.
I know.
Eric was also bullied at school for being gay and often found peace in his own imagination, developing an obsession with Marilyn Monroe. I don't know why I just pronounced that so weird. His psychiatrist later wrote that when he was younger, he felt quite ugly, and when imagining himself being beautiful like her, he felt better. So.
Well, we all have someone we inspire to be like.
He was also diagnosed with a lot of mental health things, especially during his trial. He was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder 3 times, paranoid schizophrenia twice, regular schizophrenia. He was also diagnosed a narcissist and antisocial, and he was also believed to be faking his schizophrenia.
So, do you think part of the antisocial personality disorder is part of his upbringing?
Probably, because it said he was isolated, so I'm assuming that
he didn't have
went
much
into
contact with others.
So, when he was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, I don't know where it is in my thing, but he got a disability allowance, and so he took that and then went into prostitution to make his money.
Okay, so he took something that could have helped him.
Yes.
And started him off the right track.
Yeah. So
he took it and went down the wrong track.
Yeah. So he was he was into prostitution, stripper. all that stuff.
Is that when he changed his name or no?
Yes.
Okay.
He was also like a pinup model at one point, which I think that's really where he changed his name, because I think Luka is like his model name, but I'm pretty sure he like legally changed his name.
Yeah, I think so.
So
like when they convicted him,
it was Luka
all
Magnotta.
like Luka Magnotta, yeah.
So in 2005, Magnotta was going by his birth name at this time, and he was convicted of 1 count of impersonation and 3 counts of fraud against the Brick and Sears Canada.
Wait, what?
Like the furniture store?
Yeah.
So what did he do?
I don't know. It never wait, let me see. He had taken advantage of a mentally disabled young woman by convincing her to apply for credit cards and then using those cards himself to purchase over 10,000 worth of goods
At the Brick and Sears.
Yeah, and a 2001 audio video, which I don't know. Is that a store?
Audio video.
Yeah, that's just what it says on here. Like, that's what I wrote down.
Mm-hmm.
He was also accused of sexually assaulting the woman, although that later was dropped. He pleaded guilty for the fraud and received a 9-month conditional sentence with 12 months of probation. The court noted at time that Magnotta had significant psychiatric issues and did not always take his medications.
So, the court can't do anything about people like not taking their medication.
No.
And like, but like when they put him in like a place to get help,
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah. So that's those psychiatric issues would be why he didn't get that much of a sentence.
Yeah.
Because you can get a lot for fraud.
Like I feel like if they may have put him in a mental health facility,
It would have been.
they could have caught some of the animal abuse
Yeah.
that we didn't even get into.
No. Well, we did before the intro,
Yeah.
which I'm going to go back to. But yeah, so that's like his first little crime. So then, like I said earlier, in 2010, a video called One Boy, Two Kittens was posted online. And the film showed a man suffocating 2 kittens to death using a plastic bag and a vacuum cleaner. That man was Magnotta, obviously. He continued to capture and like take cats and film more horrific videos, which were eventually posted. And they were all posted onto YouTube. Like, it wasn't like posted onto like one of those gory websites. They were posted on YouTube. Like children are on YouTube.
Just like, it's not even the fact that, like, okay, yeah, he killed a cat. Terrible. Like,
Yeah.
2 kittens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally sucked the life out of them. But then he recorded it
And then
posted it to YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he later published a second video of himself, this time drowning a cat in a bathtub. That's the one you were telling me about that you really hate.
I hate that. This one gets me every single time. Like, every time. Yeah. Oh, I hate that. No.
And a third video showing him feeding a cat to a python. That's the one that I really hate, is the python one.
But did you watch the documentary?
I did.
Did you see the cat's face?
I know. The cats seriously, can you hold that for a sec?
Yeah.
The cats seriously look like sad. Well, obviously, but like.
I know, like he makes me like, oh.
It's disgusting. I just said. In January 2011, a private Facebook group identified Magnotta as the person in these videos.
Oh. The woman from this documentary.
Did you watch?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, you should. Well, I don't know if I should say you should. It's kind of really.
Yeah, it's really
they
disturbing.
Like show the videos. Did you
they
see
show?
I want to see it.
Yeah.
They show
I'm
clips.
good with learning it.
They don't show as much as you would think.
Yeah,
but it's pretty.
But that woman from the documentaries, like from the Facebook group.
Yeah.
What was her name?
I can't think of it.
But she had like the fake account or whatever.
Yeah.
And
she's like really smart.
I know, I love her. Like,
She like was like the one who basically ran the whole thing.
yeah.
Like she was basically the one who found Magnotta and like got all the clues and stuff.
She literally like, I don't know if you mentioned this, but like they figured out he was in Montreal at one point from
Yeah.
his pictures. Do you mention this?
No, I do mention that he was in Montreal, but I
Yeah.
don't think I talked about
And
that.
they literally went on Google Maps and just walked every street of Montreal
was
until
crazy.
they found
Like
where he was outside. Yeah. And they found it.
it was
Like,
it's pretty impressive actually. Like if it like I think you should watch it. It doesn't show that graphic of the cat videos. You can always like close your eyes. So, an animal rights activist group offered a $5,000 reward for bringing him to justice. He was initially dubbed the vacuum kitten cleaner by the online kitten killer, not cleaner. Sorry.
yeah, that vacuum too.
Yeah.
Oh.
I literally can't read today. Um, where was I? Oh.
Vacuum kitten cleaner.
Vacuum kitten killer by the online animal activists. The internet community, which had identified Magnotta, reported him to the authorities, warning that after committing acts of animal cruelty, he might pose a threat to humans. Their investigation was later in the 2019 true crime documentary Don't F with Cats Hunting an Internet Killer.
Can we just take a look at most killers? They abuse animals and harm them.
They also do a lot of license plate theft.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
But
like a starting point.
they
I know.
were like, oh, it's a theory. Like at the time, like they figured out he was harming the cats. They were like, oh, it's a theory.
Yeah.
He might. Well, he did.
He
harm
did.
people.
Yeah.
Like, if you would have stopped him at the cats,
Then maybe it wouldn't have happened.
then maybe he wouldn't.
Yeah.
What was his name? I'll wait till you get to that.
Like the person he killed? I don't know how to pronounce it. Like Jun Lin. He was also known as Justin Lin, but I'll get into that after.
Yes.
In February 2011, Toronto police began investigating Magnotta in connection with the videos after receiving a complaint from the Ontario Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. The OSPCA also contacted the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals in Britain, the American FBI, and police in Montreal due to the suspect's extensive travels. He like traveled a lot.
Magnotta?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much. Do you talk about his runaway?
Yeah, I do. When I
Okay.
get into the investigation
Yeah.
part, I talk about it. We have to take a little pause for Innocence Canada. Should I
Okay.
say it
Right
now? I'll say it now because he deleted the clip.
Yeah.
Innocence Canada is a nonprofit organization whose mandate is to identify, advocate for, and exonerate individuals who have been convicted for a crime they did not commit, and to prevent wrongful convictions through legal education and reform. In the years since its inception, Innocence Canada's teams of volunteers have reviewed hundreds of cases, leading to the successful exoneration of over 24 innocent people, who together spent more than 200 years in prison for crimes they did not commit. Innocence Canada's teams of lawyers are currently reviewing approximately 80 claims of innocence. There will be a link in the description box so you can donate to help them exonerate more innocent people. I just forgot the word exonerate.
Happens.
So.
I just made the most awful face for that. So now we're going to get into the murder of Jun Lin.
Oh, this one.
Also known as Justin Lin. I'm going to call him Justin Lin for the rest just because I don't want to keep butchering his name the entire time because
This
I will
one
feel bad.
is
Awful.
a disturbing one.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I thought Paul cutting up that woman and then, like, putting her in cement and then throwing her in the river was...
And Robert Pickton with the pigs.
Robert Pickton feeding
This
people
is
to pay.
this is messed up.
This one,
It's disturbing on a different level. Not so much. Well, it's
a
probably gory,
psychopathic level.
but it is a bit psychopathic.
The murder.
The murder.
The murder.
So, like I said, I'm gonna refer to him as Justin Lin for the rest of it because I don't want to keep messing up his name. So, just a little bit about him. He was born on December 30th. Came from, I don't know how to pronounce this place. Wuhan. It's the place where COVID started, actually.
Oh, fun fact.
He had come to Canada in 2010 with the intention of starting a new life there and to study computer engineering. In 2012, he was registered as an international student and an undergraduate in engineering and computer science faculty at Concordia University in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Is that where you want to go? Or no?
No, that's where Georgia goes.
Oh, okay.
I own multiple clothing items from there
I see.
and will gladly bundle up in my Concordia sweater. I love it.
Lin has been studying in Montreal since July 2011, previously attending this language school and had worked part-time as a convenience store clerk in Point St. Charles, and he moved into Griffintown area apartment with a roommate on May 1st, 2012. Lin, who was gay, had been at some point married to a woman, though they later divorced for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
In Canada, he had lived there for some time with a Chinese man. Lin had never revealed his sexual orientation to his family in China, even though they had met his boyfriend. Shortly before the murder, Lin's relationship with his partner had ended because Lin was experiencing pressure from his family to settle down and marry a woman. After breaking up with his boyfriend, Lin had been using Grindr and other web applications to meet with men. Magnotta later said they had met after Lin responded to his Craigslist ad proposing sex.
Can we just talk about Magnotta being like, yeah, I want sex. So I'm going to go post a Craigslist ad. Let me go post an ad on
I don't
Kijiji.
understand the Craigslist ads. A lot of cases have Craigslist ads for sex.
Let me go post an ad on Kijiji for sex.
What happened to just selling cars and useless crap?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, Magnotta followed his usual MO for this murder, setting up the killing as a ritual for the camera. A video dropped online under the title "One Lunatic, One Ice Pick" showed the student tied to a bed and then repeatedly stabbed by Magnotta. The killer filmed himself dismembering Justin Lin before having sex with the ravaged corpse and consuming some parts of the flesh.
He posted all of that?
He posted it.
To
Not
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Oh.
This one was posted on bestgore.com or something like that.
See, when you said had sex with what was basically left after,
Because he dismembered it and then had sex.
that literally
Which-
sent a chill down my spine.
I told you. It's disturbing on a different level.
That is
Oh.
disturbing, yeah.
As a grotesque epilogue, Magnotta posted various body parts to schools and the headquarters of political parties in Canada. The schools were, in fact, elementary schools. So he sent
body parts to elementary
sent limbs to elementary schools, and then Stephen Harper, who was the prime minister at the time.
Were they Justin's?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
Side note, I know this is really disgusting, but I wonder if they can hear the trumpets.
If you hear the trumpets, please ignore them.
There's a music class below us.
Every time. I swear,
Every
anytime we
time.
want to do something important.
So, but Luka.
He definitely went a whole new direction. The cats
Just-
were awful, but then I don't even want to
Couple
think about
notches.
it.
Oh, in the documentary, you see that first couple seconds of the video.
In the documentary, you can see security cam footage of Lin walking into the apartment building that Magnotta was at.
And then it's Lin tied to the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Magnotta, like, kind of caressing his face.
It's
And I can't, like...
It's really gross.
Mm-hmm.
The tragedies of the Magnotta case are numerous. For all his narcissism and sadistic self-importance, he was clearly a man racked with mental illness, which was saying, whose repeated attempts to seek professional help failed to bring him back. And then he was on the radar as an animal killer before he met Lin. And as one of the online, like, activists later said in an interview recounting how she faced a brick wall when contacting Montreal police about the cat videos, "I'm told it's just cats. I am showing them that it's been proven that people that abuse cats can turn into serial killers, and they brushed me aside." So the Montreal police
Didn't
didn't care.
They did not.
They did not care that he was posting himself
anything.
filming, like posting him killing cats on YouTube, because it's just cats.
Just cat. I like cats better than I like people.
Me too.
Like,
Gosh. Who cares if it's just cats? He's still killing things and putting it on the internet. It's still illegal. Like, so his investigation was huge.
yeah.
Big. Because, listen. Okay, I'll get into it later, I guess. Lin was last seen on May 24th, 2012, and his friends reported getting a text from message. Oh my god. A text message from his phone at 9 p.m. His boss became suspicious when he did not show up for his shift the next day. 3 of his friends went to his apartment on May 27th, and he was reported missing to the police on May 29th. The last images showing Lin alive were taken by a surveillance camera, which I was talking about like 2 minutes ago, on the night of May 24th, 2012. They showed Lin and Magnotta entering the apartment building where Magnotta lived at this time.
Mm-hmm.
On May 24th, oh my god, I seriously cannot read today. On May 25th, 2012, an 11-minute video titled "One Lunatic, One Ice Pick" was uploaded to bestscore.com.
11 minutes?
Yes.
Did he, like... I wonder if he, like, edited it.
Oh. I never thought about that.
Like...
I really can't with this. Like, it's so... So, in this video, it shows a naked male tied to a bed frame being repeatedly stabbed with what appeared to be an ice pick, later revealed to be a screwdriver, and with a kitchen knife, then dismembered, followed by the acts of necrophilia, which is like when they love dead bodies. The perpetrator uses a knife and fork to cut off. Should I put a trigger warning for this?
Maybe.
It's kind of graphic.
So, graphic warning. Next couple words.
It's worse than what I just said.
So, I'm, like, Googling where
even
Luka
see your
Magnotta
face right now,
lives.
dude.
Luka Magnotta's old apartment is rented out right now, by the way.
Yeah, this is your warning right now. So, leave the video if you don't want to listen to this right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can come back in like 5 minutes. The perpetrator uses a knife and fork to cut off some of the flesh and gets a dog to chew on the body. During the video, the 1987 New Order song Truth Faith plays in the background. And Canadian authorities obtained a more extensive version of the video and said that cannibalism may have been performed, which means he did in fact edit it before posting it on bestscore.com. Which means the video was longer than 11 minutes, and Canadian authorities got the full video showing cannibalism. Materials promoting the video appeared online 10 days before the murder took place. Several hours after killing Lin, Magnotta booked a round-trip ticket for a flight from Montreal to Paris using a passport with his own name. So this is where his like big investigation starts, because he started an international manhunt for him.
The video of his arrest is like intense.
Yeah,
Like, they come in full force.
hackled him in a cafe in Brazil.
Yeah.
So on May 26, 2012, an attorney from Montana attempted to report the video to Toronto police, his local sheriff, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, but the report was dismissed by officials. Best Score viewers also attempted to report the video, which, why are you on Best Score?
Yeah. Don't be a snitch.
Like, okay, well,
No.
be a snitch.
Yeah, if
But
it's people killing, be a snitch.
wouldn't Best Score have like people killing
Yeah.
things? Maybe
'cause
not
it's-
people, but animals, perhaps. Like, why are you on Best Score?
I don't know what this.
Why
website
does
is.
Best Score exist?
Well, I've
the
never been on
question
Best
we
Score, but it's
really
basically where
should
they
be
post a
asking.
whole bunch of gory videos and people just sit there and watch.
I guess.
That's gross.
Yes, it's really gross. Police later confirmed it as authentic and identified the victim as an Asian male as the same individual whose body parts were sent to Ottawa.
Just shipped off.
So at first they were like, this isn't real. But now they're like, it's real.
It's real.
At 11 a.m. on May 29th, this is still 2012, a package containing a left foot was delivered to the national headquarters of the Conservative Party of Canada. The package was stained with blood, had a foul smell, and was marked with a red heart symbol. Another package containing a left hand was intercepted in a Canada Post processing facility addressed to the Liberal Party. So this one did not get sent to the Liberal Party, it was stopped.
Yeah.
A janitor discovered a decomposing torso inside a suitcase. Imagine
Just
getting up to do your job and finding a
going
decaying.
to take
torso.
trash out, favorite part of the day.
Oh, that's disgusting. I
Walking
can't.
out, seeing this suitcase that had maggots crawling all out of it
Oh,
and this weird smell.
I feel
Why are you
bad.
describing the scene?
Right?
and
It's
being
disgusting now that you're it's worse now that
Hmm.
you're describing it.
Why is there maggots coming out of there? Like,
So it was left in a garbage pile in the alley behind an apartment building in the Snowdon? Is that how that's pronounced?
I don't know.
Area of Montreal. He first saw the suitcase on May 25th, but it was not picked up due to the large amount of garbage that day. Is that what you're
Oh, I
looking
don't
for?
know.
After searching the scene, police... So yeah, they did not pick it up on May
Bruh.
25th. They didn't pick it up until like May
Did they-
29th
Did
because there was a large amount of garbage.
they call it in?
After searching the scene, police recovered human body remains, bloody clothes, and papers identifying the suspect, as well as sharp, blunt objects from the back alley.
Imagine. You have this weird smell coming out of a garbage pile. And you're like, that smells like death. And you call it to the police.
Yeah.
And they don't come?
No, the janitor first saw it on May 25th, but he didn't say anything because he didn't pick it up until, like, I'm assuming May 29th.
He's like, I'm
Well,
gonna
because
let
there was a
that
large amount of garbage.
sit and marinate.
Please never say
Let
that again.
The bodies.
Well, he probably didn't know those body and.
Yeah, maybe he didn't open the suitcase.
Let
would
the
know.
maggots
I wouldn't know.
develop.
If I smelt that, I don't think I'd open the suitcase.
Nah,
I'm
wouldn't
assuming the
touch it. I'd
suitcase
leave
was
it there till the
closed.
smell went away.
Footage from surveillance cameras inside the building showed a suspect bringing numerous garbage bags outside, and the images matched the suspect who was captured on the video at the post office. At 11:33 p.m., police searched the apartment Magnotta was renting. He had moved in 4 months prior, and his rent was paid up to June 1st. The apartment had mostly been empty before he left. Blood was found on several different items, including the mattress, the refrigerator, the table, and the bathtub. If you don't like the reflection, don't look in the mirror, I don't care, was written in red ink on the inside of the closet. Now, they say red ink, but I kind of feel like it was blood.
I thought
Some-
you were gonna say lipstick, and I was gonna be full for that. But
Something tells me it's
Blood, yeah.
They said red ink, but I don't know. I kind of think it'd be blood.
Did they test it? We don't know.
No. It just says red ink, so maybe it was red ink, but it seems more fitting to be blood considering all that
Magnotta's
happened.
type.
Well,
I
Oh,
already
well.
texted.
you can
So-
just continue.
On May 30th, 2012, it was confirmed that the body parts belonged to the same individual later identified as Lin. The suspect in the case was quickly identified as Magnotta, who had by then fled. A note was found with the package sent to the Conservative Party saying 6 body parts had been distributed and the perpetrator would kill again.
Oh.
The other 3 packages also contained notes, but their contents were undisclosed by police who cited their concerns about possible copycat crimes. So they were scared about people doing this.
Yeah.
So they did not say what the other one said. On June 5th, 2012, a package containing a right foot was delivered to St. George's School, and another package containing a right hand was sent to False Creek Elementary School in Vancouver, British Columbia. It was confirmed that both packages were sent from Montreal.
What was his goal here? Why was he sending these packages?
Terrifying children.
I'm assuming to scare people. I mean, there would be no other way. There'd be no other reason, I'm assuming. I
yeah,
feel
let
like
me
he just
send
wanted
you
to
this
get a
hand
rise.
and make you smile. Like, no, I think he's doing it to
Yeah.
terrorize people and
Mhm.
make them a little scared.
On June 13th, 2012, the 4 limbs and the torso were matched to Lin using DNA samples from his family. On July 1st, his head was recovered at the edge of a small lake in Montreal after police received an anonymous tip.
So
He
Luka was
scattered his body parts.
somewhat
everywhere.
in the city.
Yeah.
I know that.
hmm
So him going out to a lake,
Yeah, he really,
he really tried to put some
yeah.
distance.
So the conviction.
Mm.
Magnotta elected to be tried by judge and jury. He pleaded not guilty, admitting to the acts of which he was accused, but claiming diminished responsibility due to mental disorders. So basically, he pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity.
Yeah.
Crown Attorney Lewis, I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
Where? Boothiller?
I don't know. Boothlier?
Boothlier?
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't say names. Made his opening statement on September 29th, 2014. So it took like 2 years for him to make a statement. Quebec Supreme Court Justice Guy Cornior. I'm sorry.
You're really struggling with these
I
names
really
here.
can't say names.
Oh.
Presided over the trial, which lasted 10 weeks. I probably also said that word wrong. On the opening day, he instructed jurors that Magnotta admits the acts or the conducts underlying the crime for which he is charged. Your task will be to determine whether he committed the 5 offenses with the required state of mind for each offense. So this is like where law class comes in handy. Gotta see if he knew. Mens rea. Gopi, you should be proud of me. 6 tools.
Probably not even watching.
Nah, he probably didn't watch the one I sent him.
No, he
Heartbroken. If you're watching this, I'm offended.
Wow.
So, 6 tools: a pair of scissors, 2 knives, a screwdriver, and an oscillating saw, which is like a circular saw, I'm assuming. And a hammer were recovered outside Magnotta's apartment and analyzed by ballistics expert Gilbert Desjardins.
Yep. Sure.
He said none could be definitely linked to the killing and that no skeletal marks suggested the screwdriver or scissors were used, but some were consistent with the saw and knife or X-Acto blade injuries.
Saw and knife and exactly like could Luka not just be satisfied?
No.
No, he killed someone. Obviously, he can't be satisfied.
During the trial, defense attorney Luc Leclerc argued that Magnotta was in psychotic state at the time of the crimes and could not be held responsible for his actions.
That is why we need to treat the mentally ill
The mental health
criminals
system needs to get better.
when they are
First,
serving their first conviction.
They always have one. Nobody straight goes to murder.
No.
At least nothing that I've seen. The Crown prosecutor argued that the murder of Lin was organized and that Magnotta was purposeful, mindful, ultra-organized, and ultimately responsible for his actions. So, thank you, Crown prosecutor. Magnotta told a psychiatrist who interviewed him about the night he killed Lin that a person named Manny, whom he was an abusive client from his escort service, was there urging to kill him. It was then determined that this name and Magnotta's alias were inspired by Sharon Stone's fictional character, Catherine Tarmel, in the movie Basic Instinct, and Catherine Tarmel's fiance, the unseen character, Manny. I can't say his last name. Listen, it's a character, so it's not important for me to say his last name. Prosecutor also suggested that the black screwdriver was used by Magnotta to stab Lin and had been painted silver to resemble the ice picks used in Basic Instinct's murder scenes. So this Manny guy has never been confirmed to actually exist.
I think he's fake.
I do too.
Luka just made him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, to try and justify.
His
That was his defense, was that there was a guy there telling him to kill him. Magnotta chose not to testify during this trial. After a 12-week trial, which included 10 weeks of hearing testimonies, the jury of 8 women and 4 men received final instructions from the trial judge on December 15th, 2014, and was Sorry guys, what is that?
What is what?
That word. Sequestered?
Sequestered.
You said it the best out of all 3 of us. We're going to go with that. Before beginning its deliberations the next day. On their 8th day of deliberation, they returned a verdict of guilty on all charges. Magnotta will serve a mandatory life sentence and will be eligible for parole after 25 years. He was also sentenced to 19 years for the other charges to be served concurrently. Magnotta filed an appeal for the convictions to have a new trial in order. The appeal was filed with the Quebec Court of Appeal by Magnotta's defense counsellor, Luc Leclerc, citing judicial error in jury instruction. The appeal further claimed that the verdicts were unreasonable and unsupported by the evidence and instructions. Magnotta withdrew his appeal on February 18th, 2015.
Yay, no appeal.
So he was charged with first-degree murder.
Yeah.
Committing an indignity to a body.
Yep.
Criminally harassing Prime Minister Stephen Harper
Yep.
and other members of Parliament. Mailing obscene and indecent material. Publishing obscene material. And like I said, he got automatic life sentence, no possible parole for 25 years, and he is currently imprisoned at Port Cartier Prison, Quebec, which is where Robert Pickton is.
Did he, with the animals that he killed, did he get anything for that?
No.
Probably not.
He did not. At least nothing that I saw said he did, because when the one called Montreal Police,
They did not
they
care.
told her it was just cats.
Just cats.
I care.
Which is so messed up.
I love cats.
I know. How could you, it's still wrong.
Well,
He did get charged with posting obscene material, but I think that was for the one lunatic, one ice pick. I don't think they said anything.
one lunatic, one ice pick. No.
First of all,
No.
imagine being on bestscore.com. A little weird. But imagine coming across that. I mean, honestly, your problem. You're the one on bestscore.
Yeah.
You should probably not be on
I feel like
bestscore.
that would not be on the homepage.
I feel
You
like
would definitely have to search for one lunatic, one ice pick.
Best Score is probably not the most legal site. It
Oh.
probably has a lot of murders on it.
It's 100% not legal. Anything violent is pretty much illegal.
No.
Harm against animals, harm against human, harm against babies, harm against children,
Harm against property
fish
is illegal. Property, destruction of property, that's technically
Mhm.
harm on property. That's illegal. Harm anything, illegal. Suicide's illegal. And that's harm on yourself.
I've always wondered that because how do they? Like, how is that illegal? Like, I understand how it's illegal. Like, death is illegal.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, what are they going to do about it?
Well, I think it's that
You survive.
if you survive, you get charged. No, you don't go to jail for suicide. Some people do
What?
get.
I'm
pretty sure your jail is a trip to the psych ward.
Can you hold this?
Yeah,
Are you searching it up right now? We can't
Hear
hear
you.
you, but okay.
she is
She
searching.
is searching.
But yeah, I mean, oh my god. The video is like not that video. The video of Magnotta.
Oh,
It's like
it's
oh
gruesome.
my god. I know. Imagine seeing it. Honestly, your fault for being on gore.com, but still. Imagine.
Posting it. Why
Well,
would
let's think about it.
we're thinking.
Assisted suicide?
Well, yeah, there's assisted suicide, but what was I going to say?
We were thinking about it.
We were thinking
But I
about
was-
Maximum penalty of 2 years imprisonment
is this in Canada or in the States?
in Canada.
I thought you just got
Okay.
fined.
Okay. And then 80 years later, changed.
Okay. But it's still illegal. Like, you can search it up in the criminal code of
You
Canada.
get canceling or, yeah,
So your, like,
Counseling.
punishment is psych ward
Yeah.
counseling.
basically.
Okay. Well, that's, like, better than serving 2 years in jail. That's definitely not the right thing to do to someone who's obviously mentally not stable. Mentally unstable.
Yeah.
What were we thinking about?
I thought posting it. And you're like,
Well,
let's think about it.
he has mental health problems. So I know you can't blame every single thing on mental health problems,
Mhm.
which would create a bad stigma for people with mental health problems who don't kill people.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a lot of mental health problems. He was antisocial growing up. He was bullied. He had a rough life, which also you again can't blame, but I don't
That's a big breath.
I'm sorry.
I think while I do think he was all there when he killed him, like he knew what he was doing.
I'm probably out of frame.
It was planned probably, but
That's the end of the video.
so I don't know. It was pretty planned, but I don't think he was all there in the head. Like I don't think he was thinking straight when
He was diagnosed with some sort of mania disorder, eh?
Wait, where is he today? Did you say that?
Port Cartier prison
Same as
in Quebec.
Picton.
Wonder if they're friends. That's not a good combo.
Do you
Oh
know
my!
I
when
wonder.
his parole, like when he's up for parole?
He got sentenced in 2014, so add 25 to that. So 29. Sorry, no, 20.
39.
Thank you. Because it's 25, not 15.
2039.
So we should probably get to math class.
Yeah, well, I
like
did
how
text.
we always end the same.
It's
always
always we
mention
should get to math class. Because we have to go to math class.
Yeah.
We should probably.
We have a test soon, eh?
We have a test tomorrow.
Oh,
Which means we can't be that late tomorrow.
Okay.
yeah.
Are you done your episode?
Yeah, well,
Like,
what?
Can we wrap her
We
up?
gotta say
yeah.
bye.
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 Oh, okay, right now. Bye, people.